Listen, the reason I say the credit game has changed, and I've been saying this since 2016, all right? Because when I discovered that the FICO score really isn't the determining factor to what credit limits you get when you apply, I was completely blown away, all right? When I discovered that your credit reports and the credit bureaus are only half of the contributing factors to a underwriter when they're reviewing your credit approval, right? The other half is the data bureaus and the data reports. And the bankers, lenders, and credit issuers, they share this with you right on all declination letters that anyone gets in the country. They all have the same paragraph at the bottom of the declination letter that allows you to see that bankers and lenders and credit issues don't only look at Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. And it says, our decision was based not in whole, but in part on information obtained from Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, and information obtained from our affiliates and subsidiaries. Who are the affiliates and subsidiaries of the data furnishers, the bankers, the lenders, and the credit issuers? These companies are private organizations that create reports that mirror credit reports, but are not regulated by the Fair Credit Reporting Act and the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. These companies I call data bureaus, and they give you data reports, okay? And these data reports have more granular information on them that bankers and lenders use to determine your credit limits, all right? The credit bureau and the credit reports give a FICO score that 95% of bankers and lenders and credit issuers look at to determine your interest rate, the cost of your money, right? Okay, so we all got that dialed in with the 5 factors of your FICO score. That's what every expert is sharing with you on how to build out or to build up so you can get a higher score. But how do you get a higher credit limit? It's based on the wealth score. So the data bureau has a data report that gives you a wealth score. The credit bureau has a credit report that gives you a FICO score. So when the declination letter says our decision was based not in whole, but in part on information obtained from Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, and information obtained from our affiliates and subsidiaries, the affiliates and subsidiaries are the data bureaus, the data reports, and the wealth score. So now how's the wealth score going to determine your credit limit? Because the wealth score is a net worth score. It's based on 3 metrics, and each metric is based on your net worth. Your FICO score is a debt worth score, and it is based on how well you repay debt and how much debt you have, and then the mix of debt that you have and how recently have you acquired new debt, right? So this is why when a banker or lender checks the gatekeeper that they use to either allow you to get inside a banking relationship or how they prevent you from getting in a banking relationship is on one report that all banks access, that your wealth score is on that report. So once you find out that your wealth score is based on 3 metrics where you get 2 points for each metric, and you find out you have a 0 wealth score, but you have a 800 credit score, you'll now see why you'll be capped at $40,000 for a personal credit card and $50,000 for a business loan. And if you don't believe that's true, there are some companies out here that sell trade lines. You can go on their site. The highest credit card limit they sell a trade line for is $40,000. How is it that that happens where everyone has a $40,000 limit, which means there's a ceiling? And then the people that do have more than a $40,000 personal credit limit have something different working in the background that no one can put their finger on. It's the wealth score. They have a 4 or better wealth score, and the people that are focused only on the FICO score could have an 850 and still not have more than a $40,000 personal credit card limit and a $50,000 business loan unless they have a wealth score. That is a fact.